जय श्री माता जी। हम सब पूरे हृदय से श्री माँ के समस्त नतमस्तक होकर श्री माँ को प्रणाम करेंगे और बंधन लेंगे। We will bow down at the lotus feet of Shri Mataji and take bandhan. तीन महामंत्र और श्री गणेश मंत्र। अब हम संतुलन के लिए अपना दायां हाथ धरती माँ पे रखेंगे। We will keep our right hand on the Mother Earth. और हम श्री माँ से प्रार्थना करेंगे, श्री माता जी, कृपा कर आप हमारे हृदय में आइए। आपके श्री चरण कमल हमारे हृदय में स्थापित कर दीजिए श्री माँ। श्री माता जी, please come in our hearts. Please establish your divine lotus feet in our hearts, Shri Mataji. श्री माताजी, कृपा कर हमारी इच्छा शक्ति जागृत कर दीजिए श्री माँ, और हमें शुद्ध इच्छा प्रदान कीजिए। Mother, please enlighten and establish pure desire within us. अब हम अपना दायां हाथ गोद में लेंगे और बायां हाथ आकाश की ओर करेंगे। We will keep our right hand back on our lap and left hand towards the sky. और हम मन ही मन में श्री माँ से प्रार्थना करेंगे, श्री माता जी, कृपा कर हमारे चित्त को जागृत कर दीजिए, एकाग्रित कर दीजिए श्री माँ। Mother, please make our attention pure and enlightened. श्री माता जी, कृपा करके हमारे विचार, अधिक गर्मी और हमारा घमंड हमसे दूर कर दीजिए श्री माता जी। Mother, please remove all our thoughts, excessive heat, and all our ego into the sky element. अब हम अपना बायां हाथ गोद में ले लेंगे। We will keep our left hand back on our lap और हमारा संपूर्ण चित्त हम सहस्त्रार चक्र के ऊपर रखेंगे। We'll keep our attention on our सहस्त्रार चक्र और हम मांगेंगे श्री मां से, श्री माता जी, कृपा कर हमें डिवाइन डिस्क्रिशन प्रदान कीजिए श्री मां। Mother, please provide us with divine discretion. श्री माता जी, कृपा कर हमें ध्यान की गहराई व ध्यान का आनंद प्रदान कीजिए। Mother, let us experience the depth and the joy of meditation. चित्त को सहस्त्रार चक्र पर रखते हुए ध्यान की इसी अवस्था में हम श्री मां की अमृतवाणी सुनेंगे। We will keep our attention on our सहस्त्रार चक्र and listen to Shri Mataji's speech.
It's not only thing that is cool breeze. Where is your kundalini, whether it has risen or not, if the cool breeze is coming out of the head, only a Sahaja yogi can. Nobody can see that. I've seen many people who get even the cool breeze coming out of their head, they cannot feel it because their hands are not sensitive. Only a Sahaja yogi can. It's true. But that doesn't mean that Sahaja yogi is something out of the blue. It's just like you. Only thing you have grown into a new awareness which you are going to grow yourself. What's your problem?
I don't know.
Huh? Put your right hand on the mother earth. Just on this. Tell him to put the right hand on the mother earth. Yes, that's it, right. Keep on. In Sahaja Yoga, there are so many ways and methods how we work out the help from all the elements. How we work it. For example, this gentleman said, for example, I find his left side is overloaded. You can ask the Mother Earth to take away the problem. Just put left hand towards me, right hand on the Mother Earth. You will feel better. Feeling better now? Just think. Have patience. It will work. Any other question? You must see that the person is transformed. They may say anything. The person must be transformed. He must become a saint. And the saint is not a person who calls himself a saint, but a saintly person is that one who drops out all nonsensical things automatically. Nothing sticks to it. As they say, the lotus leaf. See, you put water on the lotus leaf, the water drops out. Nothing sticks to it. I think in England, at least 70% or maybe say 60% people have been drug addicts, Sahaja yogis. You can't believe they were. If not addicts, they were something like that. I used to call them druggists and chemists. But that is it. Any other question, please?
Yeah. I heard that raising Kundalini was dangerous. What are you saying about that? The raising it artificially was dangerous.
I didn't follow.
The raising of the Kundalini
It's dangerous. Yes, first, you see, the trouble is, those who have written about it have no authority. I've said about it many a times, like, say a villager comes to the city and puts his hands in the plug, you see, and gets a shock, and you say electricity is very dangerous. Right. It's like that. But Kundalini is your mother. You have only one mother. She has only one. It's your individual mother. You don't share it even with your brother or sister. She is your mother. She doesn't trouble you at all. She is the greatest well-wisher who is born again and again with you waiting for this. There's no question. But those who are unauthorized, Kundalinis of thousands of people have seen that. Because, you see, that's my nature perhaps that I can do it. But then people feel very hurt, they can't understand why should mother do it. I said, you better do it, it's good, I should retire, I'm 60 years of age, it's better for me to retire. But you should do it. But if you are doing so many things, I don't know how to drive, I don't know, many things that you do. I know one thing, how to raise Kundalini. So, if something is difficult and is done easily, means that person is a master of that. And if that person is a master, doesn't matter, they are masters of everything. Alright? So far, I haven't seen anybody suffering because of Kundalini. I should not. But it's not an easy thing for many people, because I met some saints this time. And they said, it's only you who can do it, mother, we can't. There's a fellow called Ragangad Maharaj, a very old man, and he lives in a forest on top of a hill. And he's come to me also. And he has many disciples, and one of them, he told him to do this and do that. You see the balancing part of it, and he did all those things for 14 years. And suddenly, in a program in Kolhapur, he just came to see it. And he got his realization. He was shocked that 14 years I've been doing all this and I never got it, and how is it in a short I got? So he went to see Navali Maharaj. So he told him about me. He said, she is different. So that's how it is. And I feel rather embarrassed to talk about it. Alright? May God bless.
Just further on this point, how would you relate your experiences or what you're talking to us about with traditional yogic practices of
Yeah, very much
pranayama
so.
and
Oh, very
jhana?
much. It is the most traditional thing, you see. Because the yogic practices you do here is some sort of a, I don't know what to call it, but it's like just a wee bit of it you have taken and you are doing that. That's not yogic practice at all. You see, Patanjali Yoga, which was practiced thousands of years back, when people led a different type of life. When the children went to school with the gurus, who was a realized soul, nobody who was not a realized soul was called a guru. And the children had to lead a very celibate life because according to your university, you are called as your gotra. And you could not marry, even today, say my gotra is Shandilya. Shandilya was the muni of my family. I can't marry a man from the same gotra. Even today, thousands of years have passed since then. Shandilya lived about 40, 50,000 years back. But even today, I can't marry a man who belongs to the same gotra. So the celibacy, you can imagine that from one university you could not marry. That's how they led a life, and then they went, after 5 years of age, they went to those schools, they lived there, and they came out of that in complete celibate living they were, and then they got married, and then when they had children, they would send them back. Like that the system was. But if you read Patanjali Yoga, the first thing that Patanjali Yoga said, that Ishvara Pranidhana is the establishment of God. First you must establish the spirit. It's like we have not just started the car, for example. Alright? It's very logical. Now I am coming to Hampstead. I don't know the way, supposing. And I don't know which way to go. Now supposing I say that, alright, now I have to go to Hampstead. From the very beginning I'll turn to the left and not to the right. Can I do it? No? So when the Kundalini rises, then only you will know which chakra is touching. What is your problem? Beforehand, supposing you are doing any, at random, any exercise. Say example, the way people are doing these days, yoga. The so-called, it has nothing to do with yoga. You see, these exercises when you do, you are not aware as to what are your problems. You don't know what you are suffering from. And what particular asana is needed for a particular type of a chakra, which is blocked. Alright? So what you are doing is indiscriminate, taking medicines without understanding. But the practice of these things are a very minimum part of the whole of Patanjali. First is Ishvara Pranidhana. Means when you establish the spirit, Ishvara Pranidhana means establishment of the God. Once you have established that, then the Kundalini starts moving, and then you know where to stop, where to turn, how to do. This is real tradition, but last 50 years, you see, all sorts of nonsensical people have come up there, change this, change that. And it's logical. It's logical, you see. Supposing you are suffering from Argachan, alright? And you are doing the exercise of this chakra. You will spoil this as well as spoil this? There's no logic, there's no understanding, nothing. See, this is just physical exercises because people want to become actors and actresses, I think.
Well, no, I mean, I'm talking about the whole, the 8 limbs of yoga, the whole Ashtanga.
Which
yoga.
one?
The 8 limbs of yoga, going through the whole system of, the niyama and the asanas, pranayama, pratyahara,
all those things,
to
you
try
see.
to work towards samadhi.
No, it does not, it does not, it does not, it does not. That's the other way down. You see, this is the problem. You see what happens, that unless and until you get your realization, you have no entry into yourself, you don't know where you are going. This will never work. On the contrary, all those who have done Hatha Yoga catch on their heart center very much. Because the whole attention is on the body, the left heart touches. Just now I've been to one organization where I met 3 of them. They all had their left side absolutely frozen. So they said, Mother, what should we do? I said, you must sing the praise of God. Forget. You have become so dry like a bamboo now. Fill it up with the love of God. Forget it, all your asanas and things. They're just like, you see, dried fishes. There's no emotions left. It's such an imbalance. Ha and ta, both the things. They have not said only ha is the Surya Nadi. They said ha and ta. What are you doing about tha? Nothing. So only you are doing ha yoga. Alright? You have to do hatha yoga, but without Ishvara pranidhana, without realization. We also do, not that we don't do. Whatever is needed, that we do. For example, now, when I went there, I told them what should be given to a person who is suffering from mental disease. They said all these. For mental diseases also all these. For egoistical people also all these. For liver patients also all these. I mean, it's horrible. I said, how can that be? On the contrary, to a mental patient, if you make him bend forward, he'll suffer more. He must bend back. Person who is ego-oriented should bend forward. They changed, of course. I mean, they are sensible people as far as I'm concerned. They believe in me. They think in India, of course, I'm accepted as some sort of something like that. But you see, these are little things they don't know. Supposing a person is ego-oriented, right-sided person as you call it. Right-sided person, if he tries to bend backwards, he'll become even worse. And a person who is a super-ego person, suffering from mental troubles and all that, has to not to bend forward at all. He has to bend backwards. Because there are 2 types of people. There are actually 3 types, as you know. The people who are, I mean, in vulgar language we can call it masochist and sadist, but they are extreme cases. But I'm saying that side. We call them tamoguni and rajoguni. So the rajogunis, the sadists, if they become more like this, God save the world. See the point? And the emotions are drained out of such people. There are no feelings left, no emotions, nothing is zero. I met one dentist who came, he said, Mother, now I have become a Sthita Pragya. I said, how? I have no feelings. Nothing happens to me. You see, my child is sick, I am not bothered. What a nice man you are. I have no feelings. My mother calls me, I have no feelings. I am living somewhere alone. I said, all right. No. I said, is that the way the saints have lived? They have been worried not only about their people, but about everyone. There's no love. There's no love in the modern yoga. No love. It's only the love of God can be only felt through spirit. You have to have a balance. It's very one-sided, extremely one-sided. One side is those who are singing the devotional songs, and the other side are these. Both are equally mad, I tell you. Both can be equally mad. Come to the balance. Again, you have to come to the balance. Otherwise you cannot enjoy Sahaja Yoga. Sahaja Yoga is an enjoyment of your balance, of the beauty of God's love and the truth of His work. Everything has to be enjoyed. Alright? You just work it out. Have you done yoga very much?
Sorry?
Have you done a lot of yoga?
Reasonable now. I wouldn't claim to be a great... I do follow Buddhist practice, which is based upon the...
Now Buddhist also. I'll tell you about Buddhism. Alright? You don't know about Buddhism. What are Buddhists doing? It's true about everybody. Christians, Hindus, everybody. Just because you asked about Buddhists, I'm just telling you. Where is Buddha placed within us? Do they know? Where is Buddha?
I'm sorry. Where?
Buddha is placed within us at a point.
Well, yes. I mean, yes. I would
And what does he control within us? We have to know this knowledge of the roots. Unless and until you know the knowledge of the roots, how will you know about the tree? You cannot treat the tree on its leaves or branches. You have to go to the roots. And first you find out the roots with it. Buddhism is so superficial now that I am myself amazed, and Buddha must be thinking, oh God, from where it has. He says, Buddham Sharanam Gacchami. What is Buddha? He is an enlightened soul. Buddha means the one who is enlightened. Sangham Sharanam Gacchami means to the collective being. Sangham is the collective being. Dhammam Sharanam Gacchami. Dhammam is the balance within. How many Buddhists know about it? They don't know even where Buddha is sitting on their heads. And what I find most of the Buddhists, that their center of Buddha is finished. Buddha has disappeared from there once for all. He controls our ego. And he settled down here on the head, on the left hand. We can prove it on Kundalini. Supposing somebody is following Buddha, immediately people will know that you are a Buddhist, because there's a catch here. And then some methods are there to awaken him. If you awaken him, your Kundalini will rise. Otherwise it won't. Alright? So you must know the knowledge of the roots. We should not just depend on Buddhism or any ism.
Oh, no, yes,
That's
agree.
what I'm saying.
It's just that the things that you said at the beginning, I mean, I agree with that.
Yeah, you see, we have to have the complete integrated knowledge of the roots which nourish us, isn't it?
Yes, but I mean, are you advocating a particular system or practice whereby one can get closer to these roots and perhaps most of us just feel just through being human? I mean, just through our sort of feeling for our fellow beings?
No. There is no system about this. There is no system, no practice, no courses. Actually, it is spontaneous. I am talking of your evolution. Your evolution comes through a living force of the living God. You cannot have a course in that, can you have? How do you sprout a seed? You have to just put it in the Mother Earth. It sprouts by itself, it is built in. In the same way, within you it is built in. And it sprouts. That's all. There's no course. Maybe you may not get it today, you'll get it tomorrow. Some seed sprouts faster.
You see, for me, that very much accords with what I see as the Buddhist tradition anyway. I mean, I see the Buddhist tradition as growing out of an ancient sort of yogic insight.
No.
Which is...
You are sadly mistaken about Buddhism. The trouble is, with the Western people, they are so fed up with Christianity that they think Buddhism is going to solve the problem. They are just like any other Christian church. Take it. All these lamas should be hanged by the nearest tree. Horrible people they are. Horrible. If you see their vibrations, this Dalai Lama, one day sitting next to me, I was invited to the Prime Minister's place. I just couldn't bear him. And the Prime Minister, Lal Bahadur Shastri himself, was a realized soul, and he could feel it. He said, "Is he very hot?" I said, "Yes," in Hindi he said. He's an extremely hot fellow. He said, "All right, you get on the other side," he made the foreign minister sit. You won't understand, now. Just now you don't understand. Even a little child who's a realized soul will understand. But you won't, because you are not yet realized. This is the point. The difference is you are mentally understanding. I have a granddaughter. She was hardly 5 years of age when my daughter and the son-in-law went to Ladakh. It's an interesting story. And there was a lama sitting, you see, like that. And everybody was touching his feet. This little child who was a realized soul, she couldn't bear it anymore. When the father went and touched his foot. She just stood back and she said, "What do you mean? By shaving your head and wearing this big stuff? You think you are a realized soul? Why are you making everybody touch your feet?" Just he stood up. And my son-in-law felt quite embarrassed, and he told that he is not even a realized soul. Why do you touch his feet? You won't understand. Even a little child will understand, he won't understand. Realized soul is a person who can feel. This is what Buddha has said, that's the traditional thing. He has said, first of all, see yourself. Buddha didn't talk about God. Why? Because he thought if you talk about God, again another religion will start. He just said, first of all, as I say, first of all, seek yourself. Get your self-realization. Nothing else but get your realization.
Well, yes. I mean,
All right, that's it.
That would be
So
my
better have
understanding
it.
of Buddhism.
Better have it. You see, to have Buddhism, there's nothing like Buddhism about Buddha. These people have made it. To have it means to get realization. What tradition are they following? Carrying that ring like this, like that, keep people. Horrible. Is that what Buddha did? He sought his realization. He didn't do all these nonsensical things, these lamas. And they even beat people and do all kinds of things, horrible, cruel people. Thank God they are out of that Lhasa. You should see the Tibetans. Now they are sitting on our head like parasites in India. And we had a parliament question on them. You see, they look very attractive because you are fed up with your Christianity. That's what. Don't believe in all these priests, whether they are Hindus, Christians, Muslims, all are just the same. There's no difference. You become the realized soul first of all. You have to be the Buddha. Alright? That's what I'm saying as a mother. And then they started another one, Shambhala business. You see, this is another new thing. Taking everybody to Gobi desert to get samadhi. You walk in that Gobi desert, even 1 mile, you will get a samadhi permanently. You can't even get a glass of water there to drink, my child. What things they are preaching, you don't know, all nonsense. In Spain, some Spanish people have started this nonsense. They are recruiting people to go to Gobi desert. I mean, what is going to happen to them? Think of the Gobi desert. It's one of the worst deserts of the world. Can you imagine going to a desert? How will you reach God? You have to seek Him within yourself. He's within. All right?
Now, please tell us about the dangers of misusing mantra.
What's it?
Please tell us the dangers of misusing mantra
Mantra.
by religious sects.
All right. Dangers of mantras. You see, mantra is a thing by which you awaken the deity within. The deity which is on these chakras. Have you got? Now here chakras, we have deity. On these, we have to awaken the deity. So, a person who is awakened himself can only tell you what mantra to recite. Isn't it? It's a simple thing as that. The one who has no eyes, what can he tell to another blind person? So first, an enlightened soul who knows about chakras can only tell you what chakras are catching with you. But the Kundalini shoots off. Supposing you are just now catching your Nabhi chakra and I tell you that you say the mantra. Not that you, but the realized soul should say the mantra and awaken that. Maybe the Kundalini has gone there, so from there you have to come here. You have to see the movement of the Kundalini. Like a car is going now. Very simple. Car is going, so we come to a toll gate. Alright? There we have to pay the toll. But where the car is going and then there is a toll gate, you pay there to a particular toll gate. Isn't it? Like when you are going, you see, I've given up tea. Yeah, I have. Just given up. Just it. 60 years I thought I drank too much of tea. But that doesn't mean you should give up. Not so you see, the thing is, the movement of the Kundalini will only tell you which chakra is catching. Alright? Otherwise you will not know. Unless until you move the car. Before that, how will you know where the car is going to get the toll? Then you pay it before the car starts. So what happens if they give you a mantra? Mostly people don't know what they are doing. See, it is a big enterprise. Giving mantra is a very big enterprise. Like they have given mantras, which I was amazed to hear. If you tell some Indians, they'll be laughing at it. But what they say, it's a great secret. And the mantras they gave was, one was, I heard, was Tinga. Means like this you show to someone, you say, this is Tinga in Hindi language. There's nothing like Ing in Sanskrit language. Another mantra I heard was Inga. Inga means the tail of the sting of a scorpion. Can you imagine? That could be it. And then, where is the director of the flying squad? Is he there? He's hiding there at the back. Now what is the mantra for they gave you for flying? What tubes? Who is there? Come along, where is he?
Bronchial tubes.
Bronchial tubes. Bronchial tubes. They paid 6,000 pounds for getting that mantra called. Just imagine. And this bronchial tube is one of them. And then they'll give a mantra of Rama. They take a more sensible thing. They might give a mantra of Rama. But Rama, where does he? Supposing I want to give a mantra of Buddha, for example, where is Buddha? Are you catching on Buddha or not? It's the main point. Where are you catching? Where is Rama? Rama resides in what part? Is it necessary to give this mantra or not? They don't know anything, no knowledge of any kind, just at random. At the age of 6 years to 20 years, give the mantra, what is it? Pinga. Then another one, Tinga, another Ringa. According to the age, not according to the Kundalini very. Now what is the danger of that? That's the main point. That supposing they give you a name of Rama, they are not awakened people, they are not connected with God, they are not authorized. Now you go on saying Rama, 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 Rama like that. See, the other way around, Mara Mara means I'm dead, I'm dead, I'm dead. So you go on saying a mantra, Rama, Rama, Rama. Now what happens? That you are not connected with Rama at all, because you are not a realized soul. Neither the Guru, the one who has taken 3,000 pounds for giving you this Rama mantra, is a realized soul. So when you are shouting like that, Rama, 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 who will come to your help? Will be somebody dead as Mr. Rama somewhere. He will come to you. And he'll possess you. With that you may start thinking, because you get an added personality, suddenly you feel, you see, you get more power, so called. Like Gauguin, if you go on saying Gauguin, 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 he might enter into it. You might start painting something, and after that, finished. You have no energy left. Because one horse is riding 2 men. But the worst thing that happens to you by saying mantra is that you develop a terrible dent in this very important center called Vishuddhi, especially the left Vishuddhi. And then they are frightened if you ask them, what is your mantra? Mother, I won't tell you. Why? No, that is not to be told. All secrets in God's vision, in God's realm, there should be no secret at all. Everything should be well known. Everybody should know what is what. Why should there be any secrets? I can't understand. For example, everybody will know, those who are realized souls, where you are catching, what is your chakras, will tell you. Everybody will say that. Like one day, one gentleman came, he said, why are they all coming and asking me, how is your father? I said, because your Rama's chakra is set. That's exactly the mantra given to you. So your chakra is caught. That is the one, that the name they give you, because you are insulting the deity. And this Vishuddhi chakra by which you say also is caught up. And from there it goes as guilt to the left. If you try to correct a person, it acts as a guilt and he gets a problem on the left hand side, Vishuddhi, which is a very, very big problem.
धीरे धीरे हम अपनी आंखें खोलेंगे और दोनों हाथ जोड़कर हम पूरे हृदय से श्री मां को धन्यवाद देंगे आज के ध्यान के लिए और परम ज्ञान के लिए. We'll slowly open our eyes and thank Shri Mataji for today's meditation and for all the divine love and knowledge that she has bestowed upon us. श्री मां को प्रणाम करेंगे और बंधन लेंगे. Let us offer our pranams to Shri Mataji and take bandhan.